From ABC News, live in Times Square, this is Good Morning America.
This morning, we begin an extensive look at a subject that has become a real flashpoint in this country, Islam in America. We want to take it beyond the rhetoric and take a true look at the faith and why there are so many questions about Islam.
Christians believe Islam is of the devil, of course.
This is absolutely unacceptable.
Ever since 9/11, it is a religion that has come under suspicion, the target of anger and violence, which has recently escalated since the proposal of an Islamic center near Ground Zero was announced. Islam, a faith practiced by over 1 billion people around the world. In the United States, less than 1% of the population identify themselves as Muslim, heightening the mystery and some say the misconceptions of the religion. Eboo Patel, who founded the Chicago-based Interfaith Youth Corps, is a practicing Muslim and an American. What is Islam?
Islam is a religion that believes in monotheism and mercy.
While that is what Patel believes, a recent ABC News Washington Post poll says 49% of Americans view the religion unfavorably, and 31% think mainstream Islam encourages violence against non-Muslims. Is there violence within the Quran?
In the same way that there is violence in every religious scripture, there is violence in the Quran. The vast majority of Muslim practitioners and believers bring our own sense of mercy with the Quran sense of mercy.
Where does the funding come from? Who is this guy involved with?
Islam is a lie from the pit of hell, and we need to be able to speak that truth.
A 24-hour news cycle and a chorus of pundits and opinion makers often shape the nation's dialogue.
We do ourselves a great disservice by taking the smallest, most extremist elements of this religion and painting the entire tradition with those colors.
Best-selling author Bruce Feiler says hostility towards Islam is not a new storyline in American history.
In times of economic difficulty and transformation, Americans have taken out their anxiety on minority religions. In the 19th century, it was Catholics. In the 20th century, it was Jews. Today, we see Muslims on the front line of that anxiety.
How have you been treated in recent weeks?
So, Robin, my mom called me on Saturday, and she said, Eboo, I think that maybe your kids' names sound too Muslim. And I'm worried about them being bullied in school.
What are your children's names?
Zaid and Khalil. Zaid is 3.5 and Khalil is 5 months old.
Muslims in America are as diverse as the country in which they live. We live. Who are they? A poll indicates that 54% of all adult Muslims in the U.S. are male and 46% are female. In addition, Muslim Americans are significantly younger than the non-Muslim population. More than half of adults are between 18 and 39. And about a quarter of Muslim Americans have a college degree, including 10% who have gone on to graduate study. Yet many argue that it's the extremists who control their image. Moderate Muslims, you don't hear much from them. You tend to hear more from the extremists. Where is the moderate world?
Of 1.5 billion people who are Muslims around the world, 99 point some high X percentage are moderate Muslims.
But there tends to be focus on those who have done some horrible things that Americans just cannot shake.
Those people don't deserve the title Muslim. They only deserve the title extremist.
There would be some Americans that would say, you know, the underwear bomber, though he was not successful. Times Square bomber, though he was not successful. That Americans will say, we have a legitimate concern here. There's a reason why we're not just arbitrarily worried. These are real threats.
Robin, I am just as much at risk as anybody else in America or the world. Right? I'm part of the us. We are all part of the us. And if we confuse this, if we get a sense that it is a religion that is against us, man, this is only going to get worse. Our enemy is extremism. We are America, a nation based on diversity, a nation based on e pluribus unum, out of many one. And I'm proud to be a part of that nation.
Powerful words there by Eboo. And again, he has gathered teens from all over the country and an interfaith group. And tomorrow in Faith and Fear, Islam in America, we convene a group of teens to see what this firestorm is teaching America's children about acceptance and religious freedoms. And coming up, the documentary about school